The cryptocurrency market, despite its growth potential, presents a structural disadvantage for the majority of investors. It is dominated by institutional players and large holders, known as whales, whose influence creates an asymmetry of information and capital. Conventional strategies applied in isolation are insufficient to overcome this imbalance and often lead to suboptimal results or the loss of capital. Technical analysis tools can offer a perception of control, but they are fundamentally ineffective at predicting market movements driven by massive capital or privileged information. Relying on patterns in such a volatile environment is a low-probability, high-risk strategy. The long-term investment tactic in altcoins is inherently speculative. The vast majority of these projects, even those with functional products, fail to achieve long-term viability, and their value tends toward zero. Meme coins and ICOs represent the highest end of the risk spectrum, where the probability of a total loss of the invested capital is extremely high. The decentralized finance, or DeFi, sector competes for liquidity with two main proposals. On one hand, low-risk protocols offer low annual yields, generally between 5 and 10%. These rates are insufficient to achieve significant capital growth. On the other hand, high-yield protocols promise high returns, but carry a disproportionate implicit risk. Furthermore, strategies like liquidity provision introduce a critical factor that is often underestimated: impermanent loss. This financial risk inherent to liquidity pools can erode both profits and the initial capital. The fundamental error does not lie in the individual tools, but in their disjointed implementation. Each of these strategies is a piece of a complex financial system. Consistent profitability is not derived from mastering a single area, but from the synergistic orchestration of them all. Methodology that integrates these disparate strategies into a single capital management system. In this architecture, the individual components are redefined to mitigate the weaknesses of the others. Trading is mitigated by the passive income streams generated in DeFi. The high volatility of altcoins is balanced by the stability of liquidity pools composed of blue-chip assets. An impermanent loss is proactively managed and neutralized through hedging and strategic rebalancing. Is the transformation of a set of speculative and isolated activities into a synergistic investment portfolio. No longer speculative gain, but the generation of consistent and predictable income streams, turning the market's structural inefficiencies and risks into a measurable competitive advantage. Competitive advantage. Competitive advantage. Competitive advantage.